over here. A little sensitive, a little sensitivity up in here. Y'all really don't like the truth. Y'all act like I be sitting up here lying. I ain't got no reason to lie. Hey, Teresa. Y'all understand that? I have no reason to lie about shit that I'm reporting. If it's factual, it's factual. If you're a piss poor human being, you're a piss poor human being. They ain't got shit to do with me. I mean, except me reporting it. Why y'all got... Who took Nicki Minaj's name? Somebody took Nicki Minaj's name. Can she still have that name? Hello, Jay. Good morning. Can we get the hearts pumping? How do you get banned from words or use in some stuff? People put it as hate speech if I'm speaking about a particular group. Like I think I got hit yesterday for speaking about Candace. Because you know white folks love Candace. I saw South Park. I reported it in my thing. See, y'all asked me if I saw something, but if y'all actually looked at my recap video instead of coming running to my live, y'all would see that I see everything. Good morning, Elena. Hi, Pam. Hello, Shay. I'm good. Yes, they love her. Good morning. Morning. All right, let's get these hearts pumping. Get me to 10K so we can get this party started. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. Y'all, once TikTok shuts down, all my recaps are going to be on YouTube and IG. Those are where my recaps will go. So if you're not following me on IG or YouTube, then y'all will not see my recaps anymore. That's just it. And if you're asking me what my IG and YouTube name is, it's literally in my name right now. YouTube and IG. Talk your shit, Nene. Hello. Good morning, Crystalline. What's your take on Jubilee? I've already talked about Jubilee. The Dems got... I know they got the vote. I said that yesterday. See, if y'all actually watch my recap videos, everything that y'all are saying to me, I've already reported on it. I don't make those videos for my health. I make them so y'all can have the information so y'all are caught up on what is going on. Y'all be making me so damn mad because it's like, what's the point of doing those videos? I think I'm going to stop doing the recap videos. I think I'm just going to come live because I don't see the point of making them if people are not actually looking at them. Thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't see it. I can't see it. No one can see the recap video from Thursday. It says Thursday recap video. It has Glorilla on it. I'm for real. I'm at that point where I'm just not going to make them anymore, and I'm just going to come live because I feel like making them is just a waste of time. Because the information is there. Everything you guys need to dig into, all the information that you need to be looking at is there. Everything is there. As much as possible. It is there for y'all to look at. It's there for y'all to retain information, for y'all to do your own digging, for you to come up with your own reasoning. That's it. When can you get back to 10 minutes? I've gotten back to 10 minutes, but I'm not doing 10 minutes. 10 minutes take me 3 hours. I'm stopping at 5 from now on. Good morning, Dar. I need to do 5 just for my mental. Y'all forget I do have a whole job. Okay, I have a whole job. Thank you, Kim. Let me get to 10K in hearts and we can start. I've been good, Blue. Hi, Nicole. Good morning. Yes, once TikTok goes bye-bye, I will start moving my recap videos to YouTube and to IG. And I will be going live on IG and YouTube. Hi, Sagittarius Queen. Good morning. Good morning. All right, we're at 10K. Well, first and foremost, they finally gotten food into Gaza, northern Gaza. Northern Gaza has gotten 36 trucks. Okay? I don't know how it happened, but they finally allowed 36 food trucks and aid trucks into Gaza. Yes. Jordan's charity organization said an aid convoy entered northern Gaza. The aid will be delivered to the World Kitchen, the World Central Kitchen, as U.S.-based organizations operating in Gaza. Let's just hope that Israel does not start using people as target practice when they're trying to get food. Over 100 people have lost their lives due to starvation so far in Gaza. People are literally they're dying. And children are losing their lives as well trying to get food. My YouTube is in my name. So that is a good thing to have, a good way of moving. Another good thing that has happened is France has now decided to recognize Israel as a state. I mean, not Israel, Palestine as a state. France is now moved to recognize Palestine as a state. That is a big ass jump from being tied to America and Israel. They're finally like, people are starting to finally be like, fuck it, it's been too long. It's too goddamn long. It's time to start making some moves. So, they're deciding that. On top of that, I think Canada, if I'm not mistaken, Canada has decided to recognize Palestine as a state. And that is big. Because they weren't doing that at first. Everybody was ignoring that shit. It's hard to ignore what's actually coming out. It's really hard to now. Because you can't even see no Hamas. All you see is babies being taken out left and right. Now, that's the good news about it. The bad news is Benny Boy said he's rejecting all nations, all 25 Western nations that have said that they want a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. He's ignoring all of them. He said despite the mounting pressure, Israel has outright rejected a joint statement from 25 Western countries urging an immediate, unconditional, and permanent ceasefire in Gaza. According to the BRICS News, Tel Aviv insists that it will not halt operations until its military objectives are fully achieved, which means they want to ethnically cleanse. They want to finish the Holocaust they have created. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because Israel's far-right heritage minister has made it very clear they're racing against time to wipe out Gaza and its Palestinian population. This was never about hostages. This was never about hostages. I feel like October 7th was staged. I feel like October 7th was a stage just so they could get their hands into that area. It was never about getting they have not mentioned the hostages. They have stopped talking about hostages. Let's be real. When is the last time you heard about hostages? When is the last time you heard them say, we want hostages released? We need the hostages to be. We have not heard that at all. They have not mentioned it anymore. They made it very clear. He's made it clear that their job and their one goal is to ethnically cleanse Gaza, to make it a Jewish state. And that's what pisses me off about listening to the Jewish community speak in America and how they speak about people being Zionists and stuff, how they speak about basically Israel having the right to a free state and to protect themselves. Hi, Vontae, who are you protecting yourself from? Kids? I'm asking, who are you protecting yourself from? Children? Women? They're lying to themselves. They are lying to themselves. Literally. It's falsification of the truth. This man said Gaza will become completely Jewish. The government is racing to wipe out Gaza. We are eliminating this evil. We are eliminating its residents. This is the ministry. This is their minister's words. He is an ultra-nationalist. I cannot pronounce his name, but he is a part of the Jewish Power Party, led by National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir. I don't know how to say his name. He says, we do not need to deal with Gaza hunger. We do not need to deal with Gaza hunger. Yes, that's him. The minister also lashed out at opposition figures critical to Prime Minister Benji Boy's government, saying, these sick people like Yair Gloin and Olmert have lost their identity and their support for the people of Israel. Israel has unalive more than 59,000 Palestinians, most of them women and children, in the Gaza Strip since October 2023. The military campaign is devastated the enclave. I hope God strikes them all down. Watching people have to hold their babies because they got struck by some kind of missile or whatever, or what drone, just running to get food. Like, they have become their oppressors. And if you sit here and you support this shit, bruh, there's only one place for y'all. This man has literally said, we don't have to deal with Gaza's hunger. We are trying to wipe out Gaza and the Palestinian population. You're trying to wipe people out of a place that they've been there for centuries. They've been there for centuries. Centuries. They've been there longer than Jews have been on that land. Y'all have become Nazi Germany. Y'all have become Hitler. Benny is Hitler. His people are Nazis. Y'all gonna go down in history as one of the most evilest places on earth. Y'all gonna go down in history like white Americans have gone down during slavery. Y'all are going to go down in history just like that. Y'all will forever be remembered for what y'all did. I will never ask Israel where their parents were born, because most of them are going to say Germany, Poland, Europe. They weren't born there. Israel's only 80-something years old. They weren't born there. They weren't born there. Y'all weren't born there. Even your leader was born in another country. Even your leader was born in another country. Most of your leaders are born in other countries. They're not born in Israel. It is insane. Palestinians have more claim to that land than y'all ever will. And y'all doing exactly what your counterparts did to America and the Native Americans and the Mexicans. Y'all doing exactly what y'all did in Australia. Y'all doing exactly what y'all did in Hawaii. Y'all doing exactly what y'all did in most of the countries that y'all visit. Jesus wasn't in Israel. He wasn't a Jew. Jesus was just a person. Jesus, black, white, yellow, orange, purple. Jesus is everybody. If you want to be real, Jesus was dark. Jesus probably looked more like me than like y'all. That's just real. I know y'all don't like to hear it, but he don't look nothing like y'all. He looked more like a black Palestinian. Y'all can't even tan. I don't believe nothing that come out that Bible. I don't believe Jesus was a Jew. I don't. You can be mad at me all you want. Jesus was Palestinian. Who derives from African people. Ooh, I know that tickle y'all fancy. Y'all don't like real history. Y'all don't like real history. If we want to be real, all of y'all belong to us. Oops. Y'all actually, what they call them, What do they call people of lighter skin that left the equator and left Africa? They're like deformities of stuff from us. What are they? I forgot what it's called. No, they're not albino. Their genes are their defects. Mutations. Thank you. Y'all are mutations of African people. Asian people derive from African people. There still have people in Africa in tribes that have the same facial structures of Asians. It's crazy, right? Y'all all derive from us. Recessive traits. That's what it is. It's recessive traits. I like to educate as much as I like to antagonize. And I know y'all getting heated up in YouTube, like, how dare her? Baby, everything derives from Africa. Why you think y'all try to steal everything from it? It is literally the creator of life. Ooh. But I digress. All right. Cambodia and Thailand are going at it. Cambodia and Thailand are shooting off on each other. All because of a map that was drawn out centuries ago. Okay? They have, on Thursday, violence broke out on the border of Thailand and Cambodia. At least 11 Thai civilians have been unalived. Thailand deployed F-16 fighter jets, and it is all over the map and where each person's territory derives from. I honestly hope they figure that shit out, because we don't need no more. We don't need no more wars. We already got enough going on. It's all over a temple. If you want to be real, it's over a temple. There's the temple on the border of Cambodia and Thailand that both of them are trying to lay claims to. And they're saying that the temple belongs to either one of them. But they're not giving it up. So the ICJ ruled that the temple belonged to Cambodia in 1962, but tensions flared up in 2008 when Thailand objected to Cambodia's trying to register it as a heritage site. All hell broke loose. So basically, they fighting over a goddamn ancient temple, which probably means more to them than it does to us, because it is history. I don't know. Let them have it. A plane crashed and unalived 49 people in Russia. I don't think people are reporting that. Yes, a plane carrying 49 people crashed in Russia, in the Far East. Local emergency services were deployed. Officials say 43 passengers, including 5 children and 6 crew members, were aboard. I haven't seen an update yet, but it don't look too good. Cyprus is on fire. Cyprus is on fire. And when I say on fire, the tourist area is on fire. Okay? I don't know who set that bad boy off, but baby, they burning everything now. And Cyprus is a very pretty area. Elania says that his Neuralink projects to be $1 billion annually revenue by 2031. I'm not putting nothing in my goddamn head. You're not putting no brain, no implants, no nothing in my head. He believes that people will take these brain implants. He wants people to take these Cyprus. The Cyprus in goddamn, is it Italy or Turkey or some shit? Over there. Not Cyprus, Texas. Did I say Cyprus, Texas? No, I did not. Yeah. No, not Cyprus, Texas. Greece, thank you. The area where, they believed in all the gods and shit. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I ain't implanting shit in my head. I'm not. And I'm gonna make something very clear. Trump has now pushed for AI to be supercharged in America. I want y'all to understand what AI is going to do to this country. AI is all fun and games. Good morning, dear. AI is all fun and games. It's fun to use to make, cartoons and shit like that. But they're trying to use AI to take out the middle class. I'm just putting it like that. AI is going to be used to take out the middle class, where there's only a structure of lower class and upper class. And that is how it's going to work. I want y'all to think about what's going on in Tennessee right now. That big ass meta AI system that Elon is running right now, it is causing people to have massive it's going to cause sickness and air pollution. People around there are going to develop asthma really quick. The water. There is an AI meta thing being built in Georgia. The water area over there is going to be contaminated. And the reason it's going to be contaminated because those AI central units, they need to be cooled off. And the only way they can be cooled off is by water. So they're going to use water from nearby lakes, nearby areas that people used to shower with and drink with to keep these AI buildings cool so they don't overheat. Okay? So what's going to happen is Trump wants to put these all over the Midwest. It is going to pollute the air. It is going to pollute the water. So water will be no longer drinkable. Okay? Air will be hard to breathe. And I'm not bullshitting with y'all. I'm not gaslighting y'all. This is real shit. Okay? Now, this could lead to job loss in manual and administrative jobs, especially with no retraining. Okay? They're going to take over our jobs. Okay? Things that we went to college to get degrees for is going to be gone. Okay? Food security, higher grocery costs due to infrastructure. High grocery costs due to infrastructure, strain, and inflation. Okay? Housing and gentrification and rent will hike up in AI expansion zones. Okay? So you think gentrification is happening now with white folks coming into places like Queens and Harlem and taking over in places like Atlanta now? Because Atlanta is not even a black hub anymore because white folks have come in. White people try to spread out like a disease. They can't stay in one spot. They got to go where the black folks at, because where the black folks at is where the good food at, where the good music at, where the culture is. They got to do that. Imagine AI being built in your city and now you're being pushed out. And it's only going to be for people who can afford the expensive areas now. That's just what AI is going to do. There's not going to be state protections either, because Trump is going to strip state protections. Okay? They're going to strip the ability for local government to stop harmful AI systems. Okay? AI is great and it's fun, but it should never be used to take people out. There is no EPA. Trump got rid of that shit. There's nobody this was part of that big, beautiful bill. This was a part of the big, beautiful bill. Okay? Techno giants have already said that there will be no use for the middle and lower class once we get AI running. Now, I did some digging. So Trump signed a series of executive orders in January and in July, officially repealing Biden-era AI safety and oversight mandates, including Executive Order 14110 and installing a new framework under Executive Order 14179, removing barriers to American leadership in artificial intelligence. Okay? Now, the deregulation and innovation. Trump emphasizes losing federal oversight, rolling back regulations seen in inhibiting AI growth, and reversing emphasis on AI risk mitigation and equity assessments, which means everything that's going to protect human life, when it comes to AI is no longer protected. Trump will be dead by the time this shit keeps moving. It'll be dead. He'll be dead. By the time this stuff starts moving through, he'll be gone. He'll be gone. The infrastructure expansion, fast tracking permits for data centers, easy clean air, and air water limitations will be gone. Okay, semiconductors, air water limitations, using federal lands for AI facilities, boosting power grid capacities, and supporting domestic semiconductor build out under the CHIPS Act provision, which means your cities and your towns are going to be polluted. Your water is going to be polluted. The air you breathe is going to be polluted. And the places that you live, you're going to be pushed out of because the rent is going to go higher. Everything is going to become more expensive. This is why Biden put structures in that said, hey, AI can only go so far. We're going to be living in a landfill. Think about the Matrix. When Neo finally woke up and you saw what the land looked like, he woke up out of that little pod and you saw the land look like nothing but machinery. Picture that shit. It's just a bunch of fucking machines gathering data. For what? What are they going to use this data for if people can't afford to eat, work, get health care? Who's getting rich? Are they just sharing money within themselves? Because it's literally going to fuck up the infrastructure of America. Nobody will be able to live and work. Data may control the masses, but if the masses can't fucking work, the masses can't eat, the masses can't get health care, what good is AI? What good is that data? What are we using the data for? I know who Peter Ty is and Curtis Vaughn. I know who that is. I'm asking, what good is that data if we're all fucking sitting in horrible areas and nobody can do anything? That data is not going to be any good. It's not going to say, hey, these people are shopping more because nobody can shop. It's not going to say, hey, these people are able to buy homes because nobody's buying shit. If y'all don't understand, the middle class controls the money in this country. We're the ones that keep this shit afloat. Not the fucking billionaires and the millionaires. It's us. We are the capital. And once these AI systems start taking over, the capital goes bye-bye. They're just going to be sitting in a landfill full of people that's going to try to get the fuck out or destroy those goddamn systems, because that's what's going to end up happening. I'm going to be very fucking clear to you. When people start going hungry in this country, they're going to bust those systems down. Those systems are going to go up in flames. That's going to be the first thing that's going to be taken down. Those systems are going to go up in fucking flames. What you going to do then? We're going to set them hoes on fire. Rebellion is very, very, very easy in this country. This country from the beginning has been all about rebellion. Rebelling against Europe, rebelling against slavery, rebelling against the civil rights, rebelling against everybody and their goddamn mama. What's going to end up happening is there's no longer going to be any white and black. It's going to be middle class versus upper class. And I guarantee you the middle class and the lower class is going to fucking win. Y'all no longer going to be looking at race. Y'all no longer going to be looking at race. Y'all going to be looking at each other like, shit, we in the same fucking boat. Let's get it. We going to outnumber their asses. They don't understand that by doing this, it's going to divide them. It's going to divide the 1% completely from every other class. And it's going to be really eat the fucking rich. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be eat the rich all over again. Maria Antoinette may want to bring her ass back. Now, Now, when it comes to the state, proposals tied to federal funding, $500 million in broadband and AI grants. The state compliance with moratorium on state AI regulations for up to 5 years. Originally, it was a 10-year ban. Now the ban is 5 years. Federal contracts must certify that their AI systems exclude concepts like DEI, systemic racism, climate change, ideological content. That means elitist, racist, 1% ideology, and objective truth in government, which means lying about Trump's success. Hi, Chili. That means lying about Trump's success. That's what the system is going to be built out on. Lies. Lies, lies, and more damn lies. Federal funding and legislation. That one big beautiful bill allocates $1 billion to federal AI tools and agencies, such as the Navy and Cyber Command. Who the fuck are y'all protecting if no one here can live? My head be so like out there. Who the fuck are y'all protecting if no one can eat or survive in this country once AI takes over jobs? Who are y'all protecting? I want to know. What will be left to protect and preserve? Nothing. Doctors will lose their jobs because AI systems will be controlled and they will control machines to operate. Crops will be raised by AI and they will be here to do what? What are we going to become? Everybody going to become slaves now? Human life will no longer be valuable in this country. Human life will no longer be valuable. The ramifications and risk of AI. The move abandons Biden's era AI risk oversight and mandate safety reporting requirements, which had targeted more transparent and cautious developments. Critiques argue this favors Silicon Valley and entrenched tech giants at the expense of consumer safeguards and competition of diversity. People are going to start fighting this at the state level, but I don't know how long it's going to work. Bottom line is Trump's AI bill and associated action plan signals a decisive shift for oversight towards growth, prioritizing deregulations, private sector inspections, and federal centralization of AI policy. While this approach may accelerate infrastructure and industry development, it raises serious concerns around consumer safety, equity, environmental impact, and the erosion of state authority. Whether the policy becomes law in full, such a momentary on state laws remains flux. It will definitely put a burden on the middle class and the lower class. It's insane. But here's this. The government, the federal government is now using Venmo. The federal government is now using Venmo to help pay off the national debt. They're using Venmo. They want people, everyday people like us, to send them fucking money after they added trillions to the fucking debt. In case you're feeling overly patriotic, the federal government is now allowing Venmo payments for citizens who want to help pay off the $36 trillion national debt. According to the U.S. Treasury Department has officially added Venmo to its growing list of options for Americans who want to send funds towards the nation's ballooning deficit. You got me fucked up. I ain't giving y'all shit. Not a goddamn thing. Bitch, you done lost your mind. Bitch, I can barely send myself a Venmo. You want me to send you a Venmo? Ooh-wee. Bruh. I'm just saying, you want me to send the government money after y'all just allowed this government right now to pass this bill, which is going to add trillions of dollars to the deficit, you'd have lost your fucking mind. I ain't giving y'all shit. Not a damn thing. Speaking of fuck-ups, Paramount and Skydance are now going to merge. If you don't understand what Paramount is, Paramount owns everything. From CBS to RuPaul's Drag Race, Paramount owns a lot. Now, the person who owns Paramount, he owns a fucking island in Hawaii. He owns 90% of an island. His name is Jerry. And in order for Jerry to get this, merger, he had to fire Steve Colbert. And the reason he fired Stephen Colbert, because Stephen talked about the backdoor deal they were doing. Now, Jerry and his family helped Trump get in office. They paid millions and billions of dollars. They're one of the richest families in the world. Jerry's family is one of the richest families in the world. They paid for Trump to get in office so they could have this deal. Now, in order to get this deal, they had to settle that $16 million deal with Trump, and they're going to say so, give him $20 million in ad deals and broadcasting time. $20 million of ad deals and broadcasting time will go to Trump administration. And their company will no longer push DEI, LGBTQIA, or anything that is not white. But they will keep black shows on air. When you control the media, you control the message. Trump is already trying to fire most people that speak out against him. See what happened to the Washington Post. See what happened in 60 Minutes. Stephen Colbert. He's going after Fallon. He's going after Kimmel. He's going after The View. We already know all the shit that's going to be coming out of Paramount now when it comes to Trump's voice is going to be propaganda, fascism. This is really rolling into a fascist country, and I need y'all to start paying attention. Do not allow your children to watch anything on those shows. The only way we can control the media is if we stop watching the fucking media. If we stop watching the media will no longer have fucking control. It is time to turn off Paramount. Okay? It is time to cancel Paramount. Y'all need to start canceling y'all Paramount subscriptions real fucking quick. Skydance as well. Anything that falls under them two, get rid of them hoes. And y'all need to start checking every fucking station, every fucking TV show to see if they're pushed by Paramount. Defund Paramount. Get rid of their asses. Because what they're doing is they're allowing Trump to control the narrative in America. And we can't have that shit. The only reason South Park was able to get rid of their shit is because they settled. They got their deal. But I guarantee you South Park is up next. And I hope South Park keeps stepping on his fucking neck. The masses, the 1% is starting to get a hold of America in the worst way. Get rid of the shit. What narrative am I for? I'm for the fucking narrative that doesn't put us under a dictatorship. I'm for the narrative that's the fucking truth. I'm for the narrative that does not lie to us about everything that's happening. I'm for the narrative of the middle class being able to fucking survive. I'm for humanity. People being able to live in peace. That's the fucking narrative I'm in. Not this bullshit of I've made the best 6 months of the country. I've done the greatest shit. I've accomplished the most shit in the goddamn 6 months. No, you put this fucking country in debt. You've cut the middle class completely from healthcare, Medicare. You now want to make homelessness a fucking crime. So you can institutionalize people and put them in medication so more federal funding will go to red states, because you know that's where that shit's going to pop off at. You want to make homelessness a crime instead of using the money that you got from these rich ass folks that wanted to buy into America with your fucking $5 million cards and actually help homelessness. If you cannot get out, then be aware. If you cannot get the fuck out this country, then stay aware. My first plan is have an exit strategy to get the fuck up out of here. Because it is turning into North Korea faster than what we think. It's turning into Russia faster than what we think. And nobody's stopping him. And the only way to stop him is you know what. The only way to stop J.D. Vance is you know what. The only way to stop Mike Johnson is if J.D. Vance and Trump are gone. The only way to stop Trump and J.D. Vance is if the Heritage Foundation is gone. And if nobody's bold enough to do that shit, then we're fucked. We're fucked. I don't know who the fuck calling me from Ontario, Canada. Can y'all still hear me in YouTube land? Please let me know if you can still hear me in YouTube land. I'm just being real. We're fucked. There's so much shit coming down the pipeline that we can't even catch. They want to make the new standard of part-time from 30 hours down. 30 hours is no longer part-time. You're no longer going to get benefits. They're trying to restructure what working class is so they can remove your benefits, so they can save more money to give the fucking 1%. And it pisses me off. Y'all don't understand how pissed off I am. I am so pissed that a lot of y'all voted for this shit. Y'all voted for the destruction of America just because y'all were racist and y'all were sexist. Y'all voted to give this country over to a man who can't even keep a fucking company running without his daddy's money or going into bankruptcy. Y'all gave this country to a bunch of white Christian nationalists who don't give a fuck about women, children, the lower class, or the middle class. Y'all fucked us out of racism, which y'all are going to pay for too. And some of y'all have already started paying for it. Some of y'all have already started paying for it. Y'all hate for skin color has fucked this country. Your children's future is no longer a future. There is no funding for public schooling after a couple of years. There's no funding for education after a couple of years, except for the 1% that can fucking afford to send their kids to school, because there will be no student loans. There will be no grants. Scholarships will be taken away. I'm a ginger. No scholarship. I'm a single parent. My child's going to get no scholarship for you, because that's diversity, equity, inclusion. We're middle class. We've worked all our life. No scholarship, no student loan. No nothing. My child is born with a disability at childbirth. Oh, you're not getting your full funding, sweetheart. I'm sorry. We need to see if they are able to first before we give you Medicare, before we give you Medicaid. Oh, don't work too much, because you won't get Social Security or retirement either. And hell, let's raise that shit up so we can collect more money so we can send it off to have more wars. Fuck the people. We want more armed guards. We want more war machines. To protect what? Nothing. I've already read about Project Esther. White Christian nationalists and Israeli people want to come together to make this country a white country that bows down to Israel. How the fuck did that happen? Speaking of the racist tweet that the Trump administration put out, the racist tweet that the Trump administration put out included white supremacist slogan and a heritage to be proud of, a homeland worth defending, running off Native Americans. This is not y'all fucking home. They have a white angel carrying the Bible, watching white frontier people run off Native Americans off their land. Wow. Wow. That's American progress. That is what American progress looks like. The depiction of destruction of people. This was put out by Homeland Security. Y'all not even hiding it anymore. This is... Sometimes I just get overwhelmed by reporting this shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Ayanna Pressley, Representative Ayanna Pressley has introduced a bill to restore Biden-era DEI orders, call for a third Reconstruction. Now, it is called Equity in Government, a bill to restore and expand the DEI policies rolled back by Trump. Policies that once invested in billions into housing, healthcare, entrepreneurship, and more for Black, brown, LGBTQ, disabled, and marginalized communities. We already know the role Black on everything, healthcare, diversity. It was all to hit Black, brown people, LGBTQ, everybody but white folks. But white folks are going to get hit too because it's middle class. It's segregation all over again. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd be damned if I drink from a fucking colored fountain. I'd be damned. Somebody gonna get their ass whooped. Yeah. We gonna be fighting for real. Try that shit. We gonna be fighting for real. I'd be damned if I've watched and heard the stories that my grandmother went through and my great-grandmother went through for me to sit there and let y'all do that shit to me. You got me fucked up. Foot to ass. In the field. Folding chairs. Folding bitches. I'm not even playing. That ain't even... You call it what the fuck you want. We're gonna have a good ass time. Y'all think it's gonna be that easy. We ain't scared of y'all. It will not be that fucking easy. Do I think her bill will pass? No. I think white people in the House and in the Senate are too scared of Trump. I think there are also a lot of racists that are in the Republican Party. They are too scared of Trump. And their racism will not allow this to happen. That all-white city, all-white town in Arkansas is now being investigated. It's now being investigated. Okay, it is being investigated. The AG of Arkansas said that shit don't sound right with me. It ain't gonna fly with me. And we about to do some digging. They're investigating that shit. I don't know what happened, but they got wind of it. Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin is appalled by the white folks only membership group based in his state. Griffin tells TMZ racial discrimination has no place in Arkansas or anywhere in a free society. He has added the prejudiced community called the Return to the Land brings about all sorts of legal issues, including unconstitutional concerns, and that his office is looking into the matter. Either they will shut down or they will progress. Either way it goes, I don't give a shit. I don't. The U.S. Department of Education, Civil Rights Office. I cannot believe I'm saying that. Y'all not even allowed to use civil rights anymore. Let me make something very clear. White folks that are Republicans, y'all not allowed to use civil rights anymore. Y'all don't know what civil or rights mean. Y'all have lost that plot. Okay? They're investigating University of Louisville, University of Nebraska, Omaha, University of Miami, University of Michigan, and University of West Michigan over scholarships that allegedly excluded U.S.-born students in favor of illegal immigrants. They had scholarships for DACA and undocumented immigrants. So you set some money aside for people. All right, let's let all the white folks in and still give the shit to the DACA and undocumented. They don't mean, that's why I hate the wording of the White House. They don't mean Americans. They mean white folks, white kids. They don't mean Americans. Because if it was black kids complaining about this shit, they would not give a damn. They do not mean Americans. They mean white kids. You don't like it, I don't give a shit. It's the truth. I have nothing to lose from being honest. I have nothing to lose from being honest. Trump said that he will not give Western Maryland federal flood funding. Governor Wes Moore is going to appeal a decision, but we already know there is no flood. They don't do funding anymore. That's why 90 people lost their life in Texas. They don't do funding. They don't do funding. Let's just be real. United Health is under investigation for federal and criminal civil investigation regarding Medicare business. You know what? United Health just keep catching strays, and I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. Oh, did I mention that Larry owns Oracle? My bad. I forgot that. The Paramount that bought Paramount, he also owns Oracle. His family also owns Oracle, which is the largest media bank ever. They own everybody's fucking information. They're the ones that's trying to get their hands on TikTok. And Trump has said that TikTok is done come September. Where is it? September 17th, or it'll be sold. I don't know to who, but it'll be sold. I don't really give a shit about the Epstein files anymore. I told y'all I don't care about them. Release them, don't release them. Open the book, don't open the book. I don't give a shit anymore because what? It does not matter because nothing is going to happen to anybody. It doesn't matter whether his friends are in there or not. It does not matter. It does not, it don't change nothing for me at all because if Trump gets impeached, then J.D. Vance is in office. And that is Heritage Foundation's bitch. And then we're really fucked. Because now you have a younger version of Trump in office. Actually, probably a worse version because he has a little bit more education. He's not as stupid as Trump is. The U.S. fertility rate is down. Women are not having kids. And you can blame old, white, racist Republicans for that. Mel, in particular, and some of the women. There's no way in hell women are going to be producing any type of children with no autonomy to their bodies. No health care to help them because Medicaid is about to be cut. And Medicaid helps when it comes to giving birth. It pays for majority of births in America. Medicaid. Okay, that helps people be able to have children and not have such a high debt leaving the hospital. The education system is fucked. So you want me to have a child so what, they can be a worker for you and not have a future? I think's the fuck not. Y'all trying to make laws where women can't unmarry their husbands. You got me fucked up. There is no child care. Child care costs more than your fucking rent. You think I'm finna have a child? I can barely afford rent for my goddamn self. I've researched Project Esther. There's some of that shit that y'all putting out that's not true. Okay? Some of the shit is hearsay. And until it comes out full-fledged and I can do more research, I'm not going to be reporting anything else. I don't put out bullshit. So stop mentioning it. So women have less than 1.6 children. Yeah, we not fucking doing that. We're damn sure not doing that. If you are one of me and you know what the last dragon is, raise your hand. If you are me and you know what the last dragon is, I can't see shit in YouTube land, but I know y'all raising y'all hands. If you know what the last dragon is, please raise your hand. Yes, the movie. It is coming back to theaters in October. They're bringing it back for the anniversary. Okay? So, I put the thing in my TikTok video. If you go to my TikTok video, it will show you where you can go to IG and put your city in. And they are going to be touring which AMC theaters they'll be going to in October. It is the 40th anniversary of The Last Dragon. Okay? I'm just saying, who's your master, Leroy? Showing up. Okay? You want to see it? You may want to go put your bid in now. Go to my page, go to my video, find and go to IG. I'm just spreading the word because, bitch, if it comes to Atlanta, I'm going to be in the center row. Okay? I'm going to be in the center row. I sure will be. Who's the last dragon? Leroy. Did I tell you that Israel voted to annex the West Bank? I didn't tell y'all that, did I? They're about to take over the whole West Bank. Did I tell you they put in $274 million for a new settlement in the West Bank to occupy the West Bank? Yeah, my bad. $270 million are going to set up new settlements in the West Bank after they ethnically cleanse everybody out. According to Israel newspaper, transport minister, I don't know how to say their names, approved of the additional budget of 918 million shekels. I think that's their money. And that turns into $274 million in American dollars Wednesday for infrastructure projects, road rehabilitation to connect the West Bank settlements to each other and Israeli cities. Like I said, it was never about children. It was never about the hostages. It was about flattening the West Bank so they could take it over. That's what it was about. It was never about these people being held hostage. It was always about taking over the land. It was always about taking over the land. Israel has tried to occupied, the West Bank since 1967. I don't believe that shit. The U.S. tax dollars are amazing, aren't they? We give billions to Israel so they can do this shit. We supply billions of dollars to Israel so they can do this shit. It's great. It's amazing. Minneapolis, Minnesota, I appreciate y'all. Minneapolis, Minnesota said on Saturday they voted in favor to boycott, divest, and sanction resolutions calling on the city to refuse any contracts with entities who are complicit in Israel's genocide. So if you have a business that you run in Minneapolis and you support Israel, you about to go broke. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. No money. No money. If you are thinking about going to see Freaky Friday, if you're thinking about taking your children to see it, if you're thinking about watching it on TV, please let you know that Jamie Lee Curtis is a Zionist. Jamie Lee Curtis is a Zionist. Do with that what you will. I love Freaky Friday. That was one of the movies I grew up with as a child. But I will not be supporting this. I can't. Just like I will not be watching Stranger Things, because they have two Zionists in that movie, in that show. I love Stranger Things, but I will not be watching it, nor will I be supporting it. I won't be watching it, nor would I be supporting it. Another thing that I don't agree with y'all supporting, and this is just me, old boy Neon Sign, or whatever Sigh it is, SINGH, Just Hilarious laid his shit out bare. That boy is a racist. His name is Neon. He's a streamer. Full out racist. If you want to see his racist tropes, go on Just Hilarious IG. That boy has called black women every name but the child of God. He is called Kai Sanat, even though I don't even like Kai Sanat. But because he's under the black umbrella, I kind of have to speak out for him, even though he doesn't believe that black people have culture, even though he's only profiting off of our culture. Neon said that, he was a monkey, a gorilla, called him all names in the book, talked about his mother, called his mother Harriet Tubman. Y'all don't know what the fuck a Zionist is? That's somebody who is fully in support of Israel and what they're doing. Israel is the one true state. Israel, in the biblical terms, is the one true children of God, which is bullshit, because they're not. Yeah, she laid his shit bare. Don't allow your children to watch that boy. Because I guarantee you, if he didn't have bodyguards, his ass would have got tore up from the floor up by now. Streaming isn't real. It's not real life. It makes a lot of money, but it's not real life. Because when you actually have to sit across from the people that you talk about, you squeeze up like a little bitch. And he did. He clammed up like a little bitch on The Breakfast Club. Because Just Hilarious laid his ass bare. And then she did a whole video about him. That boy is racist as shit. And he's talking about, that was when I was 18. You're 20 now. And there was some stuff from 20. You're 20 now. We only halfway into 2025. I'm waiting for you to cover the story of Chawatan Zintu. I don't know who that is. I can't cover every damn thing. How about you cover it? Dang it. Y'all all have pages. I can't cover everything. Y'all know that, right? I'm only one person. I still have a full-time job and a life. I am not Aaron Parnas. I don't get paid to do this shit. I know y'all look at me like the ghetto one of him, but he gets paid every day to make posts. I don't get paid. I don't make no fucking money besides the video that I post. There is nobody paying me to do this shit. I could be doing gossip and tea like I used to do and making hand over fist. But I said I was going to do more for my community with my platform. But I cannot fucking cover everything. Nobody's reaching out to me to give me a job to do this shit permanently. So I'm doing what I can on the time that I have. I'm up every day at 6:30 a.m. And I'm in the bed every day at midnight trying to make sure I'm collecting the right information. Just enough to be funny and just enough to be informative. Bitch, I am tired. I would love to have a job from this. That way I can do this 24/7. But nobody's looking at me. Not the Congressional Black Caucus. Not TMZ. Not any news station. Not BET. Bitch, this is it. This is it. This all I got. I'm one person. I don't have a fucking team. And the reason nobody will touch me because I'm not going to fucking lie and I'm not going to sugarcoat. So if you're looking for somebody that's going to cover the news 24/7, Aaron has the space and the opportunity to do so. I don't. And Midas Touch ain't hiring no black folks. Oops. Did I say that? You tell me when you seen a black person reporting on Midas Touch. I'll wait. We're for the truth. We're for the people. If you for the people, then why ain't all people on your platform? But I digress. So please, I do what I can when I can. And if I can't, I am sorry, but I'm one person. I still have a job. And I still have to work full time. I am sorry I can't get to every topic everybody wants. If you want something to be seen, email me so I can review it. I don't know where her ass at. I don't know where Emmy at. I have no idea. But please stop saying I'm waiting for you to report. I'm waiting for you to do. I can't. Okay? A bitch does have ADHD. Okay? My mind be. I'm doing what I can. If you want 24-hour news cycle, go to Aaron Parnas. He has it. Okay? He's getting paid to do so. He has a space and an opportunity to do so. I don't. That's just real shit. I can't touch everything. Hell, I don't think he can touch everything. Okay. Last thing I wanted to report on. Before I get off. I need y'all to pay attention to what's going on in Texas with the redistricting and the gerrymandering. Isaiah Martin was arrested trying to speak against the gerrymandering that's about to happen. If you don't know what gerrymandering is, that's basically Republicans coming in and redistricting a city so that white folks will be the majority. So white people will be the majority, okay? And that way, when voting happens, it'll give them more seats in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Okay? That is going to start popping up. It's already been done in Florida. They've already gerrymandered a whole fucking district full of black people to make their vote less palatable. That is something y'all need to be paying attention to. And if you are in Texas, if you are where Isaiah Martin is, y'all need to start speaking up for him. And y'all need to start telling these other people to go fuck themselves. Because that is important. And I hope and pray that Gavin Newsom go ahead and starts gerrymandering in the state of California to give it an even run. I hope he does, because he can pick up more seats than Texas. He can definitely pick up more seats in Texas if he does so. Also, if you are in Wisconsin, Governor Evers is not running for another term. He's not running, and he's a Democrat. Governor Evers is not running again in Wisconsin. So y'all gonna have to pay attention to who's running next. I don't know who's gonna run, but we can't let that seat go to a Republican. You just can't let that shit happen. He's old. It's time for him to retire. He needs a break. He needs a break. Okay, I get that. It's just time. It's time. He needs a break. New York is being sued. And so is Merrick Air Adams over his sanctuary policies. I guess being Trump's bitch is not working out the way he thought it would. I'm just saying. I haven't heard about Pennsylvania. But yeah, they're being sued. I don't know what that's going to cause or what's going to happen, but we already know Eric is a bitch and he's going to bow down. And I don't care how many barbershops he sits behind. I don't care how many hair shops he sits behind and smokes a cigar and drinks a drink with these black folks. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Because at the end of the day, your pockets are lined from Republicans. At the end of the day, you got out of a money laundering thing that took money from your people from Trump. At the end of the day, you're bought and paid for by white folks that don't mean no good to anybody. If you vote for Eric Adams, you're voting for your rent to be raised again, because he's done it twice. There will be no cap on rent. He ain't he blue. Oh, he's police first, not blue first. He's police first. He's a Republican now. He's a Republican now. JFK grandson said that the Kennedy Center can't be renamed after Melania Trump. I don't know how he's going to swing that, but I hope he does, because we do not need a Playboy centerfold on a fucking JF Kennedy Center. We don't need that shit. We don't need a centerfold. You might as well put a whole body out there on display. We don't need that. We just don't. We don't need Silent Bob to be a part of anything. That's just not, that don't make no sense. I hope they're able to fix that shit. Trying to make sure I got everything. Yeah, okay. I've got everything. I'm trying to decide if I'm still going to do weekend recaps, because it's a lot of information. What I'll probably do is I'll narrow down every day into small sections so I can do a recap on Monday that's not overwhelming for me, and get it down to 5 minutes instead of having 10. I need to get down to 5 minutes. That's been more helpful for me so I can get shit done. Plus, I want to do other content as well. Halloween is coming, bitches, and that is my favorite holiday, and I will be overly jacking up my apartment with Halloween decor. Yes, I like tacky Halloween shit, and so my house will be very tacky and Halloween and give me a dopamine that I need. I'm a big-ass kid with bills, okay? So, y'all will be seeing that content. I'll be letting y'all know where I get everything from. No, I'm not a Libra. I'm a Sagittarius. Halloween is my favorite holiday. So I will be overly dropping Halloween shit. Got some cute stuff. I'm about to go all out. Mr. Big is kind of, well, he was here the last time, so Mr. Big is prepared. Yes, me and Mr. Big are working things out. For the men that are in my DMs, Me and Mr. Big are working things out, okay? There is no room for no other man, all right? I'm sorry. We're figuring things out, okay? He's the only one tapping his ass, all right? No one else, all right? For y'all that's been asking. That's it. I don't move around like that. I stick to what I know. I'm a December Sag, not a November. We don't do that. Everybody, have a good weekend. If you have not looked at my video, please look at my video. I appreciate everybody that does watch and consume this content, and I hope you guys are getting something from it. I hope you're doing your own digging and your own homework and putting out your own videos. Y'all have access to your own platforms. Start making your own shit. You know how many reporters I could have in here? There's 637 of y'all in this goddamn room. Y'all could all be making videos and reporting on the news. Y'all all could be doing that shit. Don't leave it up just to me and a couple of handful of people. I can't reach everybody. Put in some work. I'll see y'all Monday. Bye, peoples. You are not dumb. No one's dumb. You're just not informed. Bye, YouTube.